Welcome to Nissa's Nursery, and today is the grocery store showdown. What happens to your food? So the idea of this series actually came to me through a question on a gardening group on Facebook. It was a very good question. That was, can I save pumpkin seeds from the pumpkins that I buy at the grocery store? It's well known, or maybe you're just about to hear about this for the first time, but a lot of suppliers actually irradiate the fruit and veggies, among other things, to help kill off microbes, bacteria, that sort of thing. It has been reported to extend the lifespan of the produce, which is good because it tends to go in storage for quite a while. What happens is a lot of the seeds that normally would have been able to be planted become not viable. I, in the past, and people that I've known, have tried this with very, very mixed results. I think it's a great question, and I really wanted to create a series of experiments from season to season about the viability of grocery store produce to recreate it, farmers markets, and maybe down the track some old seed and control group of new seed, of course. I'm really interested to see the results of this experiment. For this one, because it's in autumn, unfortunately a lot of the produce that has seeds and fruiting things are not in season right now, so I've come to a selection of potatoes, carrots, and iceberg lettuce just to see what the viability is. Of course, we're not actually going to get a lot of produce from the carrots or the lettuce, but it will show us whether it would grow or not, what's been happening to that food. Okay, so I have a potato, a carrot, and a lettuce from a grocery store, which is known for its imported produce. I have the same from a farmer's market. They report to get all of their produce from local farmers. And as a control potato group, I have an old potato. I think it was harvested from my garden a few weeks ago. Don't remember exactly when. And also one fresh potato that I just pulled up today. So initial inspection. The carrots from each group really look, smell, and feel very, very similar. So that'll be interesting. The potatoes, my old potato and the grocery store potato, both have a kind of cracked skin look to them. I wonder if that indicates that this is very old produce from the grocery store. I know how old mine is, so whereas my fresh potato and the farmer's market potato have smooth skin. So that'll be interesting. But what I found most interesting was the difference in the lettuce. So the lettuce from the grocery store has this really brown kind of end, and it doesn't have a very distinctive smell at all. Whereas the lettuce from the farmer's market, as soon as I took it out of the packet, it just wafted lettuce smell. And doesn't have it anymore, but when I picked it up at the store, it was still oozing latex from its cut. So that's how fresh it is. I assume it was probably harvested this morning, but you can see the difference in stem there. So I don't know how old this lettuce is. But the question is, are they viable? So with the carrot and the lettuce, I'm going to do pretty much a similar sort of thing. Just fill up about an inch worth of water. I'm going to change this water out every day, and hopefully we'll get some sprouts from it. But they're both going to be treated the same way. Bear with me while I put all of the potatoes in some pots, and let's see how they go. Okay, so lettuce, carrots, and I've got potatoes in pots behind them. So if you find this as interesting as I do, and you're a total science geek, hit subscribe because I'll be updating these every week or so. Of course, there are some problems with this experiment. Of course, this is not a huge sample selection. It's limited to only a couple of different varieties, but I tell you what, I am super excited about the spring edition that I'm going to do for this, because can you imagine all the melons and cucumbers, pumpkins, and everything with seeds? I think this is a really good place to start. So gone are the days of when we all used to have an edible garden in our backyard. Now we're also reliant on grocery stores for our produce. And I think with that comes a lot of convenience and no interest almost in what actually happens to our food. And I'm not at all saying that irradiating food is bad. A lot of tests have been done that show that it's absolutely safe for human consumption. But of course I have to second guess and wonder a little bit, because we used to think that mercury was fine too. So join along with me. This is the autumn series, and I'll be updating you every week or so on the progress of the planted veggies. How exciting.